You know that moment when your mind won't stop. You're lying in bed at night, exhausted, yet your thoughts keep circling. What you should have said, what you should have done, what might happen tomorrow, what you can't control, but desperately want to. And the more you try to silence it, the louder it gets. That is the prison most of us live in daily. The endless noise of our own untrained mind. But the Stoics believed something different. They believed peace isn't found by eliminating problems, but by changing the way we meet them. They believed that, even in chaos, there is stillness available if we train ourselves to live differently. And today, I want to walk you through 6 simple but powerful Stoic habits that can bring that peace into your everyday life. Habits that Marcus Aurelius practiced while carrying the weight of an empire. Habits that Seneca turned tohile navigating betrayal and power. Habits that Epictetus taught even as he lived most of his life in chains. Chapter 1. The first habit is morning reflection. Most of us wake up and fall instantly into the current of the world. Emails, messages, the rush of the day. But Marcus Aurelius began each morning with a grounding reminder. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, today a people I deal with will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. He wasn't being pessimistic. He was being prepared. He was reminding himself, the world will be difficult, but my peace depends on me, not on them. You can practice this by taking just 2 minutes in the morning. Sit quietly, breathe, and remind yourself, I will meet resistance today. I will meet difficulty. But I will also meet the chance to remain steady, calm, and free. That framing changes everything. Chapter 2. The second habit is evening journaling. The Stoics saw the end of the day not as a collapse into distraction but as a moment of accountability. Seneca wrote about reviewing the day not with harshness, but with honesty. Ask yourself, where did I live according to my values today? Where did I fail? And what can I do better tomorrow? This isn't about perfection. It's about alignment. If you practice this nightly, you stop carrying the weight of unspoken regrets into tomorrow. You clear the slate, so peace has room to grow. Chapter 3. The third habit is practicing voluntary discomfort. In a world that worships comfort, this may sound strange, but Epictetus reminded his students, if you only train in ease, you'll collapse under pressure. So the Stoics would sometimes fast or sleep on the floor or walk in the cold without complaint, not because they loved suffering, but because they wanted to be free from its power. Try this in small ways. Skip the luxury once in a while. Take a cold shower. Walk instead of driving. Remind yourself, I can endure this. I don't need everything to be soft for me to be strong. That builds a peace no comfort can give. Chapter 4. The fourth habit is reframing what you cannot control. At the heart of Stoicism is a simple division. What is up to me and what is not? Peace is found by refusing to waste energy on the second. Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. When something frustrates you, a delayed flight, a harsh word, a betrayal, pause and ask, is this within my control? If not, then it is simply material for practice. It is the training ground for your composure. This doesn't mean passivity. It means clarity. You act where you can. You release where you cannot. Chapter 5. The fifth habit is negative visualization. This may sound dark, but it is one of the most life-giving practices of Stoicism. The Stoics would imagine losing what they loved, not to torture themselves, but to wake up to gratitude. Seneca wrote, he robs present ills of their power who has perceived their coming beforehand. If you imagine even briefly that this could be your last conversation with someone you love, suddenly you listen more closely, you care more deeply, you appreciate more fully. Instead of numbing you, this practice makes life vivid. And with vividness comes peace because you are no longer asleep to what you have. Chapter 6. The sixth and final habit is living by principle, not impulse. The Stoics believed that real peace doesn't come from chasing every desire or bowing to very fear. It comes from building your life on a steady compass. Something within you that does not shift when the world does. Ask yourself quietly, what kind of person do I want to be when things get hard? What principles matter more than my moods, more than my fears, more than the pressure around me? Write them down. not as lofty ideals, but as daily anchors. Maybe it's simplicity, maybe honesty, discipline, compassion, courage. Whatever they are, let them become the foundation you return to when the storm rises. Because here's the truth. Impulses are loud but fleeting. Principles are quiet but enduring. When you live by impulse, you're carried like a leaf in the wind, restless, reactive, never at peace. When you live by principle, you may bend, but you will not break. You will remain aligned. And alignment breeds peace. Closing these 6 habits are not distant philosophies. They are not abstract ideas meant only for scholars or emperors. They are practical tools, simple, human, and ready to be lived. Wake with reflection so the day does not catch you unguarded. Close the night with journaling so regret does not follow you into tomorrow. Train yourself with voluntary discomfort so life's hardships do not break you. Release what you cannot control so your energy is not wasted on shadows. See life's fragility through negative visualization. You no longer sleepwalk through what you have. And live by principles so when the storm rises, you are not blown from yourself. If you weave these into your days, even gently, peace will stop feeling like a distant hope and start becoming a lived reality. Not perfect, not unshaken, but steady, strong, enduring. So tonight, before you scroll into distraction or numb yourself with noise, pause, take a single breath. Ask yourself, which of these 6 will I practice tomorrow? Not all of them, just one. And let that one habit become the stone on which you begin building your inner fortress. Because peace is not something the world can hand you. It isn't a gift. It is a construction laid brick by brick, day by day. And the Stoics, they left us the blueprint. All that remains is whether you will use it. If this spoke to you, take a moment, reflect in the comments which habit you'll start with. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want more Stoic wisdom and practical tools for a calmer, stronger life, subscribe. This is only the beginning.